I'll call the meeting in order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Zarnik? Here. Trustee Feichter?
Here.
Trustee Frankie?
Here.
Trustee Listener?
Here.
Trustee Prochnow?
Here.
Trustee Schmidt?
Here. Every board member is here today for this special meeting. It's June 30th, 2021, at 10:20 a.m. Now we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. Everyone please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Today we have just very few items. We have just two items on the consent agenda, items A and B.
C.
Oh, I do have a C. You're right. Thank you. See, I did have it. A and C. You got it. She's deputy mayor. That's right. A through C. A is amending our ordinance, which you've been reading a lot about lately. B is public hearing for the plan commission, and C is resolution for the municipal gas tax collection agreement. I need a motion.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Zarnik, a second by trustee Feichter. Remember this, A is Apple through C is in Charlie. Jen, call the roll for this.
Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Listener?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Motion passes 6-0. Then we have items on the regular agenda, which I'm going to have our village attorney go through, referencing TIF issues and others. George?
Yeah, items A through C are TIF-oriented ordinances that are necessary for the creation of the Oakton-Higgins tax increment financing area. That area is within the village corporate limits, so the village can adopt those ordinances formally by regular agendas A, B, and C. D, E, and F are the same type of ordinances for the creation of a TIF district, but they're for the property that at the present time is outside the village limits. Time-wise, according to the TIF ordinances, the state regulations, we need to introduce those ordinances time-wise at this meeting. They will then stay on unfinished business until such time as those properties become annexed to the village.
So they meet the July 1st deadline requirements.
Correct.
But, so just straighten me out. The first three, do we have you prepare, vote to have you prepare necessary documents be on the consent agenda and July 20th? Or can we actually take action on them?
We're taking action on A, B, and C tonight.
Okay, then items D, E, and F will wait until property is formally part of the community?
We're taking action by having a first reading.
Right.
And then it remains as a first reading. It's not a finalized ordinance until you have the second reading and a vote. But we need to introduce those ordinances.
Understood. Will the second reading be at the July 20th meeting?
No, it'll be at some time well in the future when we annex the Vulcan property.
Okay, so that's why it's all tied to that.
Yeah, and
I understand.
years past, like the Von Rollwing, we did the same thing, and we waited until we got in a redevelopment agreement. So I think it was like 8 or 9 months.
Okay.
And then we adopted it formally.
Okay, so D, E, and F all tied to the Vulcan property.
Correct, and they're all just first readings of similar ordinances to A, B, and C.
And A, B, and C is property that's already in the village,
That's correct.
hence the reason we can go ahead and do the TIF. And we had the TIF hearing with the taxing bodies about a month ago on just A, B, and C.
And that's why we have to, at this point, we have to have a special meeting time-wise to get those ordinances approved.
Okay, now, next thing, Vulcan was part of that TIF hearing. So we would not have, when this is ready to bring Vulcan in, we don't have to have another TIF hearing with the taxing bodies since we already addressed that at our hearing we had about a month ago?
That's correct.
Okay, so everything's ready to go, it just has to fall in sequence based on timing and closures and annexations.
Correct.
Okay, just wanna make sure of that. Any other questions on that before we do it? So I need now a motion to approve items A, B, and C of the regular agenda adopting ordinance 3712, 3713, 3714 for the tax increment financing for those locations.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Schmidt, Listener, and second by trustee Frankie. Any questions, comments on it? Everyone clear on all that? Okay. Jen, call the roll again.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Listener?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. So on item D, E, and F, do we need another vote?
Yes.
A formal vote?
Yes.
Okay, so I need a motion to adopt first readings on item D, E, and F in reference to a TIF district at Midway Court.
Second.
The motion by trustee Zarnik, second by trustee Frankie. Is that worded right?
Yes.
Okay, Jen, can you call the roll again, please?
Trustee Listener?
Aye.
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik?
Aye.
Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes 6-0. So that completes that, D, E, and F, be at some point after we're done with Vulcan. All the rest is done. We took care of that ordinance that was an issue with people. Now, are we still, just for reference to the board, because when this first came to us a year ago, we were in the midst of, remember, reviewing all of our, yeah, but I mean, all of our ordinances, our codes, village codes, and all that. And remember, we had a meet already with the Plan Commission, Zoning Board, and we weren't done with that yet. So we had notified that gentleman, we were gonna roll it in at that time, unknowing that the pandemic. How we stand on that process, where we at on that?
Ray might be able to answer. My understanding is we initially were looking at the zoning ordinance, but we can now incorporate the code as well. It's kind of a,
Roll it onto one big thing.
yeah, we can look at that.
Okay, so what kind of timeframe, you need on the zoning part, I mean, cause
I
that's
don't
been,
know that.
so where are we at on that, Mr. Romo?
We have I just know we have a professional codifying firm with attorneys on staff who bring issues to our attention from time to time. Going through and reviewing the entire municipal code, which is a telephone-sized thick book, takes a considerable amount of time and effort. It's
And
no
money.
It's no small chore. And with the pandemic over, we can get teams together, we can start looking at it. Realistically, a time frame is 12 to 18 months.
Okay, what about the zoning issue? Those we just doing on case by case, but I thought we were reviewing all that.
The zoning code is extremely challenging. We were taking a code that's over 60 years old and trying to modernize it while also not impacting existing business owners and operators and homeowners in the community. So it's extremely challenging to work through all those issues. We had a team working on it, including trustee Listener. And,
Yeah. And me.
I'm sorry, and trustee Prochnow.
That's okay.
And, that was also slowed down during the pandemic.
I understand the
as
pandemic, but
requires
now that
face-to-face
pandemic's over, are we gonna move that, accelerate to get that part done at least, or what are we looking at?
Right, we've been using a planning firm to do that work. They came out of the pandemic and they are absolutely slammed, so, we're, like everything else in the economy, we're just waiting for everything to rebalance so we can get that time with our land use planning firm and our attorneys to make that happen.
Okay. Okay, anything else? Any new business items, anything like that? Well, I think we should, thank Acting Chief, for the meeting, Mr. Garrison, because we actually getting done in 10 minutes, and obviously it's his presence here that speeds up the board meetings so immensely, so we wanna thank him for his positive influence on this board, and, cannot appreciate that. What'd you say, Mr. Knickerbocker?
You can tell by the smile that he knows that's true.
Yeah, it is. So, did a good job. So, with that said, we've already taken care of Susan's issues. Wait, we do have one other person in the audience. He looks kind of lonely over there. We should probably ask. Do you need anything, sir? You're okay? He is a resident of the village,
He is.
This is true.
and duly right to have a question on the board.
It is the west side.
Yeah, yes,
What's that?
very good. And he's a West Side representative. So, thank you, mister. We appreciate it. You didn't give his name, so I don't know who he is.
Oh, I know.
Without his name, he's
Mr.
just.
Mr.
Mister's
Woods.
polite?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Okay, good. With that said, I need a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Trustee Zarnik's always excited and enthusiastic.
I'm waiting. Yeah, it's a little late.
Well, that
See?
That 10 minutes seemed like 30. I don't know why.
Talking about me.
I know. Ms. Garrison, you have your taser, don't you? Thank you. Okay, we have motion, second to adjourn. Jen, can you call the roll?
Trustee Prochnow?
Aye.
Trustee Schmidt?
Aye.
Trustee Zarnik? Aye. Trustee Feichter?
Yes.
Trustee Frankie?
Aye.
Trustee Lisner?
Aye.
I'm not gonna adjourn because I wanna kill time and go back see Billy. I'd rather sit here.
God,
So,
let me know how it ends for you.
motion adjourned, passes 6-0. Folks, have a good day. Meeting adjourned.